I'm just on this beautiful, little cool down here, this gorgeous trail, nice early morning cardio. And I wanted to just break down. I have to make sure I know where I'm going here because that'll be hilarious. I wanted to break down how important it is. And, most of us know, if our neck is out of whack or our hips aren't right, we're going to feel bad and it's going to be painful. And there's definitely the very physical, very visceral feeling of that. But it's also when you are tense, and I'm just specifically addressing the neck and the hips. So if your hip joints are not in alignment with your spine, something is shifted off. So the bones aren't exactly where they're supposed to be because the muscles are tense, they're pulling on them. There are muscles that are too tight, shortened, and pulling the pelvis out of its naturally aligned position that feels the best for your body. And then same thing with the neck. So what's happening is you're blocking the flow of energy, of chi, of life force running through you. What does that look like as a physiologist? That looks like the circulation of blood isn't going to all the cells. And that means there's a lack of oxygen flowing. And that means there's a lack of life. Life force is in the oxygen. Oxygen is what we need. It's vital for the cellular function. So what happens is you have this blockage. Energy isn't flowing. And you start to kind of clamp down in this constricted state. And it siphons off your opportunity to be creative, right? To tap into the depth of your creativity, to tap into your sensuality. And sensuality is about your senses, right? Your sensory system. So what is your system picking up from the external environment that can be useful for your creative expression? And then from there, it's up in the neck. If your cervical spine is out of alignment, you've got cerebral fluid flowing up and down the spine that doesn't just nourish your entire nervous system, but this is blood flow to the brain, right? Blood flow to the brain. The brain needs a tremendous amount of energy because it's always working. It needs a tremendous amount of glucose, which is in the bloodstream. And if it's not getting it, it starts to distort reality, literally, and creates a kind of disillusioned sense of what is and isn't possible. And it can really, again, clamp down on your vision, your connection to your intuition, why you're here, your mission. And then from there, it's your ability for your heart to feel passionate about that and for your voice to speak that. So, musculoskeletal system gets to be in its appropriate aspects to pick up what the planet is dropping down and what wants to come through you in every way. So, 2 tips, super easy tips. 1, if you're feeling really tense and tight, get more water. It's the oldest, truest thing. But, 25 years of being a physiologist, and that is the number one thing. It's so obvious that we so easily forget. But I will say it again. I've said it a skrillion times before. If you feel thirsty, you are already dehydrated. So ask yourself throughout the day, how many times during a day do you feel thirsty, right? We all know what that feels like. In fact, again, we're so used to it that we don't even recognize it anymore. So you want to, I'm not one to be like, you got to drink 8 glasses of water. I don't know. You got to find what's right for you so that when you drink water, you want to ultimately reach this state where you always have kind of a sweet taste in your mouth. And then when you eat food, the food, when you chew it down, becomes a sweeter, look at this. Which way does Diane go? I may or may not get lost, but it's all good. It's so pretty. When you eat food, all food has almost the sweetest aftertaste, no matter what the food is. And that's how you know you're receiving enough good old H2O to hydrate the system. So that's number one. Number two is exactly what I'm doing. Just move. Even if it's just 10 minutes, move your body, but move it in fresh air. Like I'm bundled up. It's still cold here in New York, but even if it's 20 degrees or 900 degrees, just get that fresh air into your lungs so that you can get that prana, that breath, that life force flowing through you. And it's immediately going to start to open up those places of constriction. And while you're moving, you can start to naturally realign where your bones might be off. And if you need, further assistance, if something's really off track, you're clicking, you're popping, you're crunching, it's painful, it's inflamed, reach out to me. I got you. Reach out. Let me know what's up. We'll get on a chat and we'll figure it out together. So much love and happy St. Patrick's Day. Peace out.